Interest rates. But what the heck is going on in the world today? Political races, home prices are up, but interest rates are starting to go down. And if you are planning on buying a house here in Albuquerque, New Mexico this year, I suggest that you stay around for a little bit and grab your pen and your pad. It's about to get interesting. You've been probably holding off on buying a house because interest rates have made it so hard for you to even get qualified for something that's even realistic. In the past couple of years, actually 2 years, we've seen interest rates rise all the way almost up to 8%. They hit that 8% at one time, but we just couldn't get out of the weeds with this. And it was crazy, right? Getting approved for a house that you probably would never even want to live in, right? At a higher interest rate, your buying power goes down. And you're seeing that, right? With home prices on the average here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, around $350,000. Most people were not even getting approved for $300,000. That was kind of scary, and it was hard. It was a challenge for us to be able to find houses for people throughout these past 2 years, but we did it. We were able to help people find houses that were realistic, and we're able to come up with some pretty creative strategies to be able to have the sellers help us out with our buyers with the 2-1 buy down, the 1-1 buy down. Whatever way we could figure out to make it make sense for both seller and buyer, we did. And I gotta say, welcome. If this is your first time tuning in to Living in Albuquerque channel, do yourself a huge favor and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom. That way you guys never miss out on any videos, because we are dropping videos every week talking about interest rates, talking about houses, talking about different areas here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And my name is Eli, and as much as I love doing these videos, guys, I would love to help you out with your real estate needs. So that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. And if you are planning on moving down here as licensed brokers, we'd love to help you make that best decision when it comes down to picking the right house. So whether it's the next 30, 60, or 90 days, feel free to hit me up. I am the one that answers all the calls, texts, and emails. And I'd love to hop on a quick Zoom call with you guys to make sure you're making all the right decision for you and your family. If you were like anybody else that got impacted by what was happening over the weekend with the CrowdStrike thing, you probably got a chance to sit down and actually take a look at things for plain view. And with so much uncertainty going on right now, there is one thing that is for certain, and everybody is saying it, right? Traders are 100% convinced that the feds are going to drop the rates a bit at the end of July. So at the end of this month, if you're watching this video, it's July 2024. So at the end of this month, rates should drop a bit to help you guys. And we've already seen them start to drop. They were past 7%. Right now, they're just a bit below that. So there is some good looking up in the near future for anybody that is interested in buying a house. And what does that mean, guys, right? When you're looking at interest rates, it could potentially means, a whole shift in hundreds of thousands of dollars that you can purchase a house in. Now, I may be exaggerating that and get with your local lender to be able to help you see the numbers in plain view, but to really put it into perspective, guys, it could change your world, right? If you are in the weeds of purchasing a house, you can go from purchasing a shack to really purchasing that dream house that you always wanted to, and quite realistically, we're looking at for the past year and 6 months, right? So taking a look at what the feds are saying is that the feds really want to get down to 5% as much as possible. And with the inflation rate sitting right at that normal 3% now, and no change whatsoever within the past couple of months, I think they're getting ready to drop it down. So a few key points that you're going to want to really gear yourself up for, a few key things that you're really going to want to sit down and take a look at and really gear yourself up if you are planning on purchasing a house here in Albuquerque within the next, 60 days, because you are going to want to position yourself with all your debts to make sure you, number one, consolidate them. That way you can get a better rate with those debts instead of having, 20% here with the credit card, another 10% over here with student loan. You're going to want to consolidate as much as you can. That way you are only paying one interest rate and one loan. That way when you do go to purchase that house, you have a little bit of wiggle room in terms of affordability. Now, a couple other things that you want to do. If you got some idle money, start investing it or start saving more money, right? Don't go and purchase anything big. That's number 3. Don't go and purchase anything big. Save the money. And that way, when you are ready to purchase that house, sure, come this fall and this winter, you're in a better position to do so. So couple of key things right off the bat that you're going to want to do is consolidate, review all your debts, start saving some money, and don't make any big purchases. Now, I keep hearing this thing of a market crash and all this crazy stuff that I hear from everybody, literally. The problem is that there's not enough data to back that up. It's all speculation. One thing I can say is that home prices have been super high within the past couple of years, and that's due to the fact of the lower interest rates. When you got interest rates under 5%, money is cheap. And right now, it's not the fact that people can't afford houses, it's that people can't afford the money. The money is hard to get. With interest rates being higher than normal, right? And you're gonna see all these different graphs that, back in my day, interest rates were 13%. Truth of the matter is that it really doesn't correlate with houses that are 3 times as much as they were back in the 80s and the 70s, right? So being realistic about this situation, guys. Yes, interest rates have made it super hard for you to purchase a house, but home prices aren't going to be going down anytime soon. They've seen some adjustments and some corrections from home sellers who thought their houses were, the Midas touch, made out of gold. And the truth of the matter is that we all think that. Even me, myself, as a homeowner, I believe my house is worth way more than it actually is. And it's the market that's really going to dictate that and let you know, like, hey, actually, we'll pay this amount for your house. And it's usually lower. So like I tell people right now, it's time to get competitive. There's going to be some buyers coming back into the game. So the pool of buyers is going to get a little bit bigger. But that also means that sellers who are going to be buyers are going to be getting into the game and selling their houses. So the availability of homes is going to go up, which in turn means that with more buyers out there and money being more affordable, that means that more people are going to be purchasing houses. So it's going to go up and down, right? It's going to be crazy to see. And that's kind of my hypothesis on all this, is that more people are going to be getting back into the game because money's going to become cheap. And we're not going to be able to keep up with the demand of people that are looking to purchase houses right now, because right now, even in today's world, we have a shortage of homes in Albuquerque. So if you got a house to sell, please help me out, because I'd love to sell your house to potentially one of our buyers that is looking to relocate, right? Somebody like you who's watching this channel is looking to purchase a house here in Albuquerque. And if you live here locally, you could potentially present an opportunity to somebody who's looking to relocate here to better their lives, to, fulfill a new job duty that they just got, to, bring their family to a better place of living. Because as much as all the negativity around Albuquerque seems to be all over the news and stuff and everything that you read, and again, don't believe everything that you read, because Albuquerque is an experience. We're a little bit behind the curveball, but we like it that way. We like being the land of mañana. It's a little bit more peaceful. It's a little bit more slowed down. Doesn't feel like this overwhelming anxiety of the fast-paced living. It's pretty chill, to be honest with you guys. So really, just home prices aren't going to go anywhere. If anything, houses are going to get just a little bit more expensive, because the availability of money is going to be a lot easier to get, and it's going to be cheaper, right? And of course, when interest rates go down, the more home you can purchase is going to go up. So people are going to buy more expensive homes, bigger homes, and better homes, because of the fear that we just went through in the past 2 years that, like, hey, if this happens again, especially with all this stuff in politics, we better get our house now, our dream home, and kind of stick it out for the next 5 years to see what happens. So just something from the inside, just to give you guys a heads up of what's going on, some good insight. It's kind of food for thought. None of this is like financial advice or anything set in stone. It's just all speculation, but from a professional perspective. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Now, what does this all mean in terms of moving, migration, people coming here, people leaving? And it's really like a 50-50, right? Some people like it here, some people don't like it here. And we're helping people leave New Mexico as well. So if you're local and you're planning to leave Albuquerque, we'd also love to help you too. We might end up selling your house to somebody from our channel that is looking to relocate here. So just making it super easy for everybody to make this transition to Albuquerque or out of Albuquerque is going to be our job, right? So where are people moving from and why? People are moving from Arizona because it's too hot. People are moving from Denver because it's become unrealistic to be able to purchase a house up there. Same thing with places like Dallas and, you know, some other areas in Texas. California, that's a whole different story, and you guys know why you're leaving California if you're watching this video. But realistically, they're trying to get to somewhere that's a little bit more affordable, somewhere that they can purchase a single family home that is kind of realistic, 3-bed, 2-bath, not a loft or some kind of shack in the back of somebody else's house, and just really, you know, slowing down their lives. They come down and visit and get an experience for what Albuquerque is. They see that we really are the land of mañana. Things get put on hold until tomorrow. Super slow pace, even down to our traffic. You're only gonna have a few traffic points throughout the day, and that's gonna be in the morning and in the afternoon. Sometimes in the middle of the day, you know, all things considered, if the Balloon Fest is in town or if there's another event going on, or if there's heavy traffic or, you know, your occasional wreck. But outside of that, guys, traveling through the city isn't going to be terrible. So spending hours in traffic just to try to get home, you're only going to spend maybe tops 45 minutes. And, you know, just traveling to the stores and all that stuff, there's so much convenience on each side of town. And I got to say, Albuquerque is planned out pretty well to where it's built like a grid. So if freeway access isn't, you know, something that you're wanting to do for whatever reason, you can travel through the streets pretty much. And the sticky part is that when you're traveling across the river, that's when it becomes hard. And there's more residential areas on the west side. So if you are planning on moving to Albuquerque, we really want to discuss what's important to you, right? Especially if you want to live closer to your doctors, because the majority of the doctors are going to be centrally located in the city. So you might want to think about living on the east side of the river, if anything else. Tons of people moving here. It's increasing year by year. We've just hit close to about 1 million people, a little bit over that in the greater Albuquerque area, which is, you know, some of the East Mountains and all that stuff that goes into talking about the greater Albuquerque area. But, you know, we are growing and we are starting to see more things come here, right? Topgolf just came here not too long ago. You got Main Event, Dave & Buster's, Windrock just totally did the whole area up there, made an outdoor shopping center. There's a ton of great things coming to Albuquerque, and we just keep expanding west. So in the future, you are going to see the availability of homes start to go up. It's just right now with the demand of people moving here from different states, because we still are super affordable, continues to increase and we just can't keep up with it. So we appreciate your help. If you have a home to sell, we'd love to give you an idea of what it looks like. But if you're looking to purchase a home, don't worry, because on our Zoom call, we'll walk you through everything and give you as much detail and as much insight as possible to help you make that best decision. Alright guys, so you made it to the end of the video, and in a nutshell, right now is still a great time to purchase. Interest rates have lowered just a bit to where it gives you a little bit more buying power before the madness happens, right? Because come September, when those interest rates do drop, it's going to be somewhat like those times that we experienced 2 years ago, where there were bidding wars. There was, you know, people throwing money at the sellers, and it was just like really the sellers just kind of naming the game. Right now, both parties have some skin in the game to where it's making it a little bit of an even playing field, right? Sellers aren't really trying to hose the buyers, and buyers aren't really trying to hose the sellers. Everybody's playing fair and playing nice. Sometimes we can get a fair deal when a house has been sitting on the market for a while and nobody's making any offers, right? So it's just really case by case that we like to play it by. I'm not saying that that's the situation all the time. You may find a house that's listed properly and it really has nothing wrong with it, and you just follow through with what's written up at the first offer. So a couple of great things that are happening this year, especially with interest rates coming down and your buyer power increasing. And I mean, aside from mortgages, guys, consolidating your loans and just having one payment to have and putting your money into higher yielding stocks right now, it's probably going to be your best bet. So get ahead of the ball. Make sure that you hit us up. That number popping up on the screen is my direct line. And if there is any questions that I can help you out with, you're curious to know how you can navigate this whole interest rate thing, feel free to hit me up. That way we can get you in the right direction. Make sure that you're making all the right choices before you head down to Albuquerque. But I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my week. I got some computer things to get taken care of. We got a listing coming up on the market in the foothills this week. So if you guys are interested in a foothills property, feel free to hit us up. But we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.